hey, give me gold, give me a little gold, give me a little bit gold, please. Give me a little bit gold. I just got off, but while I was at work, I was thinking to myself, you know what's really important in the world? The economy of Path of Exile 2. That's what's really important. That's what needs to be discussed. That's what needs to be talked about. And that's because I saw this Asmongold video where he's going over feedback or complaints basically on Path of Exile 2's early access. And one of those was the economy of it, or the respecing cost specifically. So basically he couldn't find any real reason why you would need to keep a respec cost in a video game. And maybe I agree with him. I'm not 100% sold. It's a difficult topic to go over, but I wanted to give you a few reasons of why GGG or maybe any other developer of like an ARPG would want to keep a respec cost in the game instead of just letting you respec for free. I'm gonna go over 4 points, and then I'm gonna give you the arguments for those 4 points, and then I'll tell you how I actually feel about it at the end. And you in the comments, you can decide if my points are good, or you can make your own points, or you can subscribe to the channel. Okay, number 1, decision weight. Respecing can be a part of the challenge of the game. So just like how when you go up against a boss, you're trying to make sure that your build's good, you're trying to make sure your gear is good, you're trying to make sure that you're picking the right skills to go up against that boss. If you want to respec, you have to change your skills, or you want to respec to change your skills. So maybe the skills that you have and the boss that you're going up against, or the mobs you're going up against, are too strong for you, and you decide, I want to change my skills. Right now I'm a minion witch, so what if I wanted to change to more of an elemental witch? Now you could do that with weapon sets. You can switch back and forth, but what if you're just totally off track and you just want to respec like all together and put all your points into maybe something that's more a little elemental, like fire damage or something? So that's a decision that you made, and part of the difficulty of beating that boss for you, or those mobs for you, is the wrong skills that you chose, or skills that you're unhappy with. So in order to beat that boss or those mobs, or you just don't like your skills for some reason, now you have to work to acquire the gold needed to change your skills. That is a decision weight in a game. The decision weight came from you having to choose your skills in the first place. But that's not really weighted, that's a decision. Now if you want decision weight, means that the skills that you chose have a consequence. The consequence is, if you want to change them, you're gonna have to pay up a little cash. You know what I'm saying? A little cash, a little gold. Is that good? It can be good. If it can be a part of the challenge. Some people disagree with that and say just cut it out altogether. Okay, number 2, game economy. Once you get to the end game and you accumulated a lot of gold, you need a gold sink. A gold sink is something that helps you get rid of excess gold. Now, why would you want to do that? Why would you not just make gold more rare to obtain and lower the price of the respec? I saw that as an argument as well. So this one I'm conflicted with. If you make the gold more rare but make the respecs cost less, isn't that the same as if you have a lot of gold and your respecs cost more? Isn't that effectively the same thing? I mean, that it'll take you around the same amount of time, all things being equal, to achieve the same goal of changing your skills or respecing. So the way that POE could be like a real economy for us, and GGG could be like our Jerome Powell or our Federal Reserve, is if you look at the skill respecs like goods, or the CPI, the index, which is our consumer price index, and you look at when you go out and hunt monsters as your wages. So if you get enough gold from hunting monsters to respec, that's fine. But what you don't want to do is, you don't want the respec or the cost of the goods to outpace the money that you earn hunting the monsters. In essence, you don't want inflation to outpace your wages. See, everything was fine when you can buy a bag of chips for 5 cents and you got paid $1 an hour. And everything was fine when a bag of chips cost 50 cents and you got paid $10 an hour. It's the same percentage. It's not hurting you, none. It's hurting the same. But what's not fine is when the bag of chips becomes 50 cents or $1 and you're earning $5. See, now you have a problem. The inflation is outpacing your wages. So if respec costs keep going up as you respec and respec more, then you just need to make sure that the wages of hunting the monsters goes up as well. So now you're not really feeling the pain as much. Now maybe they want you to feel the pain, but I think the price of the respecs and the gold that you're getting out in the economy should be fairly equal, or not equal, but meet some sort of equilibrium. Is that even the right word? We'll find out in the comments. Okay, number 3, character identity. Now, the developers may want you to have or form some sort of character identity so that you feel more attachment with the game. Character identity is like me. I say that I'm a necro witch. Now, I could just switch off and be some kind of, ice witch. I could be the White Queen from X-Men. I could be Jenna Frost, but I'm not. I'm a necromancer witch. That's what my character is. Now, if I was allowed to freely respec whenever I want without any type of cost, would I form the same type of character identity I have now, where I'm really thinking about the decisions that I make and trying to build up this minion witch as best as I can with the little knowledge that I have, because I'm not looking up at any guides right now for this first playthrough. Now, I've made careful decisions to pick what skills I want, or skill passive points that I want on a passive tree to make my minion stronger, because I have a minion witch. Now, if I was able to freely respec, maybe my character wouldn't have that identity. I wouldn't form that type of attachment with her. Or maybe I would. I'm just giving reasons on why they may want to keep those respec costs to make it a consequence. And by them making that consequence, gives you more of a character identity to say, oh, this is my necro witch. That could also have a negative effect. If I kept picking skills and not being able to respec as much as I wanted because the cost kept going up of respecing, I'd probably look up builds more, because I don't want to make any mistakes. So to conclude point 3, character identity, they want to get you invested in your character. Your character is this type of character. They want to have a consequence if you want to change that character, because they want you to be invested in, this is this type of character. This is my necro witch. Point number 4 is an engagement incentive. You want people to stay engaged with your game. One way to make them stay engaged with the game is to grind a little bit. So particularly when you want to respec your skills, you need gold, right? What does getting gold require? Hunting mobs. So you go out and you hunt mobs and you obtain enough gold to progress by respecing your skills. Now, you don't necessarily have to respec your skills. You could keep the skills that you got, or you could just keep respecing, but in order to keep respecing, you have to grind more. That keeps you in the game more. The problem is it needs to be some type of balance, because if you don't have that balance, people will just get tired of the grind for respecing, or they'll feel like that it costs too much to respec. They made choices that they didn't like in the beginning, or in the middle, or at the end, and they want to change those choices, and you're penalizing them for it, and they may just stop playing the game. Especially if they're like a Diablo 4 player or something. Okay, there's a shot at Diablo 4 players. Don't take it personally, because I'm a Diablo 4 player too. Or I haven't been since season 4, and I haven't played the DLC, but I'll play it again one day, I'm sure. So how do I feel about it? This one's particularly difficult for me to answer because okay, I guess the word for it would be apathy, emotionless, uncaring, synonyms like that. Like, I don't really care that it costs a lot. Well, I do care. I care that it costs too much. If it costs too much to respec, I don't like that. What I don't care is that there is a cost in the first place to respec. So if it was free to respec, I'd be okay with that. And if it's not free to respec, but it doesn't cost too much, it's not too hard to obtain the gold to respec, I'm fine with that. So I think the perfect balance is just making sure that it's always enough gold to respec. But then if there's always enough gold to respec that you can get, then why even have a price for respecing? See how that can be confusing? There's enough gold for you to respec all the time, or respecing is free. Isn't that the same? I personally have been selling a lot more items just to keep the gold. I've been scrounging little bits of gold like a panhandler. I've been in the streets, in the Rayquest streets, shaking my little change. Say, hey, give me gold, give me a little gold, give me a little bit gold, please. Give me a little bit gold. That's what I've been saying. Now, anyway, I hope you liked the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, that would be nice. Bye.